So, disclaimer: I don't do videos like this basically ever, because I have access to, or I do live rooms for people. So usually I don't do like live trading on my YouTube channel because we leave that for the live rooms. But today I thought it'd be interesting to just kind of walk you guys through setups, or one setup in particular that I'm watching for right now. Disclaimer: I got multiple dogs in my house. Figured you guys wouldn't care, so if you hear some barking, they're just running around like nuts upstairs above me. Might even see some furry legs running behind me here on the webcam if you watch close enough. But that doesn't mean we can't trade when there's dogs having fun in the background. What we're going to talk about today is Aussie New Zealand short trade setup that I'm looking at. It's actually a 5-minute purple zone opportunity, and I want to talk about just kind of like whenever I'm looking for a setup, because I know a lot of you guys, you're always looking, what's the next setup? What's the next setup? Whenever I'm looking for a setup, one of the things that I'm oftentimes looking for is I'm looking for a shift in momentum to one direction or another, which means I'm looking for, like over here, multiple candles in a row that are big, that have some real momentum in one direction. So that's in the green direction. This is in the red direction. This is in the green direction. This is in the red direction. That's where I start my analysis. And the reason I do that is I'm looking for places in the middle of that momentum that, call it like, hook up on price. And I'll give you an example of this. When was this? This is a weekly time frame. This is October of 2024 on Bitcoin. And the good thing is you don't even have to know, excuse me, not that one. That one's possible in the future. This one. This is January or February of 2024 on Bitcoin. The good news is you don't have to know about it happening in real time. You just have to see it after the fact. So that's good. I'm not trying to catch this. It's not that. That's not my job. My job is to identify periods of significant momentum. We can see it here on Bitcoin, here on Bitcoin, here on Bitcoin, which, by the way, this trade setup I'm taking right now on Aussie Swiss has nothing to do with Bitcoin, but it's more so me to teach you that. And then what I'm looking for is, where does it get hooked up in the middle of the momentum? Where does it have trouble, in other words? You guys can probably all see that. Do you see the little red candle there? Do you see the top of that candle and the bottom of that candle? Something happened here to hook price up, meaning there was enough selling volume to not only stop this buying momentum, but actually make it go a red candle for a full week before it finally continued, which means that volume sitting there is in simple terms, level of resistance that, if we ever tested it again, can become a level of support. That's exactly what we saw, by the way, back here in August of 2024 on that pullback and retest to that level. Now, why am I bringing this to your attention? Because it has nothing to do with Bitcoin. Well, take a look at this. I'm going to zoom way in now. Take a look at this 1 hour run here. You've got a run of momentum, massive, massive, and you hook here. Massive, and then again. And when I see that, I don't just trade it. You can see I right now have a sell limit at that price point. Usually by the way, when we're live trading, you don't get to see me actually trade for various reasons. But when we are on YouTube here, I'm able to connect we'll see if you guys like videos like this, and I'll do it more. But basically, I've my real broker's connected to this. This is a small risk right now because my first entry point of the trade is usually smallest. So I'm only risking $91 for a reward of 183, 1-to-2 risk-to-reward ratio. But anyway, I'm first starting by looking at, where does it hitch? Momentum, momentum, hitch. Momentum, momentum, momentum. So I'm looking, in theory, to sell once we get back up to where it previously hitched. But that's not all. If I did that, I'd lose probably more than I win. Here's an example of a momentum hitch, momentum. So if this theory was correct every time, then we could have bought that dip You get what I'm saying? That was a loss. So you can't just rely on this as a standalone sort of strategy. So that's a big disclaimer for anybody kind of taking notes here. What I'm then looking for is my other confluences. So I'm looking for swing high to swing low retracements. And then I'm looking to see, is there a purple zone, which I rarely do purple zone on short-term time frames. So let's look at the swing high to swing low. Here's our high. Here's our low. What you'll notice is around the price points I've identified as my what I'm calling hitch point, notice what I have here, a 61.8 retracement. That's helpful. We're currently trading at the 50%. You can see prices having a little bit more trouble at that, which is fine. Then what I want to show you is I drop this thing to the 5 minute. And notice price goes up, then it pulls back, and it's going up again. We've got a 3-leg sequence for my Elliott wave traders. We call this the purple zone, by the way. If you've ever been inside of my private stuff, we call this the purple zone. But this is on the 5 minute now. And so the market's been working its way downward. Now it's pulling back. Take a look at this. All I need is this pullback to be at least a 38.2 retracement in order to justify a 3-leg sequence. Is it a 38.2? The answer is yes. It came right to it. So now what I'll do is I will measure my Fibonacci, origin to 1, 1 to 2, and right there, look where the purple zone sits. I know it's not where my sell limit is because my sell limit's based off the hitch. But look where it sits, just above it. And so now my risk is above the high, not the purple zone. My risk is a little bit below the entry, not the purple zone. We've got our retracement in mind already at the 61.8 here. You can see all in all, a lot of good reasons to believe that this is a trade that we can get short on. And so the intention of today's video is to just basically talk a little bit about it, introduce this to you guys, this idea that maybe I can make YouTube videos where we actually talk about live. This is not like replay feature. This is, this is Friday, the 23rd of May that I'm recording this. Obviously, we got to wait and see what happens. But I think it could be fun. Maybe you guys will tell me in the comments section if you like to hear just less teaching, no PowerPoint, no fancy editing, just talk about what I'm seeing on the charts and really talk about how I see the charts themselves. We just did a recent one on Bitcoin. As you guys know, I'm still holding that trade where we bought it at $16,500. It's currently worth about $110,000 portfolio value. I think that's interesting to you guys. I have several other trades currently rolling. Euro dollars, one of them. Silver, gold, Euro CAD, and dollar yen are all active. I didn't talk about those on YouTube, but certainly the private people have seen those. So we'll see what you guys think of this in the comment section. And next time you see me, we'll just fast forward here. We'll talk about, what's happened with this trade, if it's got triggered, if it didn't get triggered, if it's lost, if it's won, all that sort of stuff. So let's see what happens, and I guess see you when I see you. Well, this YouTube video just took a turn. Here we are, guys. It is now Monday, so it's been since Friday, the original setup. You can probably tell in my facial expressions this didn't go our way or as planned. I should say it went our way. Didn't go as planned. I don't ever post videos like this because, well, usually I would post a win or a loss. This is the first time I think I've experienced this with one that I intentionally was making a YouTube video about. So as we talked about on Friday, we were setting up a sell limit at 1.08566. We talked about our reasons. Anyway, yesterday or Sunday, May 25th, I don't know when you guys are going to be watching this. Maybe it's a little bit later, but it doesn't really matter. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. So that wick is as zoomed in as I can get. The broker didn't fill it. The broker did not fill it. I'm zooming in as much as I can. I'm not trying to be annoying here. This is about as much as I can. Yeah, this is That's it. The broker didn't fill the order. It came to the price. It didn't go above it. The broker didn't fill it. And so we never entered. When I say we literally set ourselves up for the perfect entry, I truly believe we set ourselves up for the perfect entry here on this video. And the broker didn't fill the order. So as you can see here, it would have, I mean, we're talking about less than a pipette. Not a pip, a pipette. We're not one pip off. We're less than one pip in this case. And you can see here was my target. We're almost to target. So I hope you learned something from this video. And I want to pause for a minute. If you guys want to see more videos like this, where it's simply live setups that you can learn from, you can see it. I don't care if I win or lose. We're going to win, we're going to lose. I'll guarantee you that. We're going to do both. But if you want to see setups on my YouTube channel where, you know, I see it coming, I saw this one ahead of time, I love this type of a setup, I love this momentum, and then basically a pause on that momentum to the downside, and then couple that with our 5-minute purple zone, couple that with a Fibonacci retracement. I love it all. I love this setup. You win some, you lose some, and some don't get filled. That's what happened this time. So if you want to see more videos like this, comment down below. Don't like, I mean, yeah, of course, like it and subscribe and turn on the notification bell, but comment down below and make fun of me. Do whatever you got to do below in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. It happens to all of us. Some of you guys probably think maybe it's just you that it happens to, that things miss. So anyway, we got to exit this thing. I got to close this and cancel that order. No reason to have that order anymore. But that's what happened, guys. I hope it was valuable. I hope you took something from this. If you did, type it below what you took from this video, and we will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.